Hello, World Civilization 107 class. Welcome to week 3. So, you'll notice that there is an exam already coming up. I want you to please keep in mind it's only 25 points. It's literally just 2 to 3 pages. And, oops, I'm gonna get a drink of water. Oh, I actually just made an announcement and then it didn't work. I did this last week too. It's driving me crazy. So I've already did this announcement and then I'm doing it again. Uh, anyhow, okay. So, um, before I go any further on that, there's some important points I want to make. Some of you have noticed that there's assignments that are out there that I didn't assign, or like there's 2 assignment 6s. Okay, this has to do with a problem that I've had with Canvas where I had past classes. I change an assignment, I bring a new one, and I can't seem to get rid of one without getting rid of the other. I don't know. It's a technical issue that I'm having with Canvas that I got to figure out. So I apologize. To make this simpler, just only worry about the assignments that are in each week's module. Okay, that's all you need to worry about. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so I hope that helps ease that for some of you. Okay, I have a lot of minors now in my class because there's been outreach for middle schoolers and high schoolers to be able to take a college course before they graduate, and I am completely in support of this. Also, parents and the schools that these students attend often have censorship, or they have it set up so that when they surf the internet, they don't look at things that um, minors are not supposed to look at. I also understand that and support that. One of the problems I'm having, and it's been having, and I've been talking to higher ups about this, and it's just not getting resolved, and I understand it's not that easy. But look, I can show a video and it has a picture of somebody having alcohol, like a tavern from the Middle Ages, and tobacco, and that would be considered inappropriate, like it's promoting tobacco and alcohol to minors or something. So the censorship aspect is very sensitive, and I get a lot of students who will write to me, Mr. Pollock, I don't have access to these videos. This is not supposed to be happening, okay? And this is not supposed to be what I'm expected to fix. This is something on, like, all the students are supposed to have access to the class. So I'll keep trying to talk to my higher ups about how to translate this over or make this work better. But please, for you students out there, talk to your parents and or the school you're attending, if that's how you're getting this class, like what you're doing it through, and let them know you need access to the videos that I show. Okay, that's what needs to happen. Okay, because I'm not going to have time nor be able to try to fix or create alternative videos. Okay, so and I understand this is not your fault. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault, but we just got to resolve it, and whatever I put out there, it needs to be accessible to everybody. Okay, so all right, having said that, the exam, it's about compare and contrast of anything that we've covered. It's that simple, in the sense of, I just want you to be able to focus on something. Where were they similar? How were they different? You know, the French Revolution compared to the Haitian Revolution, if you want to. It could be Leopold of Belgium, which is covered this week, compared to Ivan Grozny or Ivan the Terrible. It can be something like that. Just, it could be compared to the Ottoman Empire versus the Safavid Empire. I'm basically using the exam essay as an opportunity for you to just focus more on some of the things you've already learned, and or maybe what you learned also this week, and just really focus on them. So look, I'm sure each week you see how many videos are here and see how many that we have, and it's overwhelming. Remember, we're doing several weeks each week. That's why we already have an exam. What I want to let you know, though, is starting next week, many times there will just be extra credit essays coming up. Things are about to get a little bit easier, and you're about ready to get to catch up on what you're doing, because I set things up that if you were following the instructions, if you were keeping up to this point, this is where I'm going to give you a little relief, because you're now trained, if you will, in understanding what you need to do for the essays. And I even have an extra credit option for you if you somehow can get all the video notes in and do the compare and contrast exam, and you want to do those optional, they're optional uh, essays, assignments, then go ahead. You are not required to. That's what the word optional means. Okay, so um, and in that case, that's a lot of extra points. So just keep that in mind. I'm setting you up for success, not failure, even though the workload may seem tremendous. And I just want to say, and I'm not going to say too much more about this, but um, you know, what I'm hoping is that, despite the fact that you're not going to remember a lot of what you're covering, that you're going to see things. When we just briefly cover Meiji Restoration, or Meiji, in Japan, we're learning about the creation of modern Japan. You're starting to see that the world that we live in now, you're getting exposed to terms, to some histories that will help make things make sense. You're going to see, why is the Congo the way it is right now? What does Belgium have to do with that? Okay. Uh, what all of these different kind of exposures. Okay, and I'm hoping that this will just kind of help you be more comfortable as you go along in your education, to go down more rabbit holes of particular subject matter. And right now, I'm not getting a chance to talk about it yet, but I told you that this war is escalating. The Middle East crisis is real. There, what's happening with the war that Israel and the United States started on Iran, and now the strait, and the continued escalation, what's continuing to happen in Gaza and Lebanon. Will Syria be involved? Will Turkey get involved? Where's Russia and China's role in this? Why are all these nation states even involved with the Gulf states? Like, where do they fit in? This is where knowing history is going to help. And all of these little pieces of the puzzle get brought into things here. And I'm going to keep bringing up this as we build up into finishing this class, because there's so much important things going on. And definitely also Russia, Ukraine, Europe, still also huge. So, okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. And if you have any questions, any issues, please always feel free to contact me. We'll be in touch.